Pour the brothers bond.
Being around you drives me nuts.
Is the pug snoring?
And not being around you drives me nuts.
Grab your wine glass and sit with your sweetie. Time to listen to Ash and the titular PD. Drunk
Like I got a traveler in me.
need to feed on blood like I'm addicted to type B. It's not a typo, I'm type A on the flow. Ties a hype beast, put a chain on the dough. Roll up the vervain, while Spain in the cup. Turn my humanity off, not giving up.
Heck,
Other side sucking people up like twisters.
Bonnie's the anchor.
Jeremy's gonna miss her. The bro swap places Rick's back in the mix.
What's gonna happen on Vampire season 6?
How is the summer almost over? And yet, I feel like I got nothing done.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries. The Vampire Diaries. Did I say Vampire Diaries or Vampire Diaries?
Vampire Diaries.
All right. I was like, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast.
No, you did it right.
Okay. Welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular PD. Let's just say I put the PD in Vampire. Please call me Pete. And I'm here with my co-host and co-parent Ash. Hello, Ash.
Hello, Pete.
Ash, any vamp news for you?
I actually saw, I don't remember specific details because I'm not a detail person about that, but Paul Wesley is involved in a movie or series that's coming out about like a vampire that wants to be an actor or something like that.
Whoa. Typecast.
Yeah, it briefly came across my phone, but
Wow.
I don't know if he's acting in it or directing it or what, but he's involved in some kind of way.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we gotta look more into that.
We can, yeah, for sure. That sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Ash, we are still sponsored by the Vernacula app.
Oh, yes.
A great thing about the Vernacula app is that you can practice anywhere. Your bed at night, on the toilet, waiting in line at the grocery store, or even in the dentist waiting room before your appointment to inquire why your canine teeth are gradually sharpening to a point. Vernacula is so easy to use that a lot of Vernacula users have been indoctrinating their families, neighbors, and even delivery people that they can lure into their parlors. Last year alone, Vernacula saw record-breaking growth. The most popular languages to learn are English, from other countries probably, or people in this country.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Spanish, Japanese,
Nice.
and necronomics. So if you want to impress your foreign friends, order from a restaurant on vacation, or raise the spirits at any company function with overseas investors, try Vernacula. Promo code PD.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're giving us a lot of money to do those.
Uh-huh.
Ash, speaking of money, do you know what... okay, so the title of tonight's episode is Fade Into You. Do you know the artist who in 1993 put out a song called Fade Into You?
Dave Matthews Band.
Maybe, but that's not the one that I saw.
What is it?
Do you know Mazzy Star?
I think so.
I've heard the name of the band, and I listened to a couple seconds of the song, and it sounded familiar, but it wasn't an instant like, whoa, kiss me. It wasn't like that or anything.
Was it a number one hit at any point? Like,
I don't know.
You don't know where it was at on the charts?
No, I didn't see where it charted.
No. I would have to hear it for sure.
Yeah, well, we're not playing it here on this podcast.
No.
We won't get slapped in that way.
You can look it up on your own time.
Yes.
As well.
It was on YouTube, and I listened to a little bit of it. It sounded good.
That's good. Was it like pop?
Yeah, they had that.
R&B?
No, more poppy, but more like rock, like alternative.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like not Alanis, but similar vein.
All right.
90s, very early 90s.
Right.
Lady singing.
Some alt.
It was alt. Ash, season 6, episode 8, Fade Into You.
Okay.
They're talking about these twins fading into each other.
Right, yeah.
They're like, what 90s song?
Has the word fade into it?
Is there any about merging? No. About fading.
No absorbing songs?
No absorbing songs? Whoa, absorb me. That'd be good. That's going to be my touchstone song tonight. Not even the song that the title that the thing's named after.
Right, but what could the song really be about if it was really absorb me? What could they be singing about?
We're
A
twins.
sponge?
We're
A
twins
sponge
and
soaking
we're
up
in a
water?
coven. Absorb me.
Like
Get your father's knife.
But what, besides from being this show and being about witches, what else could it be about? Absorb me?
Things that absorb. Yeah, sponge. Some sort of feminine product, perhaps.
Okay. A beach towel or something?
The ShamWow. Was the ShamWow out yet?
Oh, maybe so.
Maybe it's about the ShamWow.
But it's about the things that are getting sucked up. So it'd be like the spill is singing, absorb me.
Yeah. Make
Bounty
sure
paper towels.
the ShamWow guy is here.
All right, that's too silly.
While people are Googling
All those things.
or YouTubing the Mazzy Star song, also Google what happened to the ShamWow guy. I know what happened, but you're not going to believe what it was.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Uh,
Have a lot of
yeah,
Googling to do
he
later.
he went down a dark path.
I don't know. He absorbed with his witch twin.
Yeah, if only he had. Maybe his witch twin would have picked better decisions.
Oh no.
I'm not sure if he's still with us, so I don't want to speak ill of him, but at a certain point, the ShamWow success went to his head and a lot of stuff happened to him.
Yikes. Okay. So weird.
All right. Cold open, May 9th, 1994. I clocked immediately lit. Josette was Joe.
Right. It's not supposed to be like hard to understand at this point. Like this episode is telling you what happened
Yeah, but I bet a real dummy wouldn't have known it until
until the end, until they were at Friendsgiving.
yeah, and they were just literally like, "We're brothers, and you're my sister."
They'd be like, "What? You
Yeah.
really think that happens to people?"
Yeah, because they're probably looking at their phones.
Even like, I guess maybe now, but originally, not that many people had phones.
It
good
depends if you're like a 12-year-old watching your first vampire drama of your life, or I don't know. I couldn't speak to it. I didn't watch it live,
All right.
and
But I think this episode is supposed to be like, we've given you all the clues, and now you should have figured it out by now. And if you haven't, we're going to just tell you.
Yeah. Earlier in episode 7 or 6 or whatever, Kai said, "I stabbed my sister." Joe has a big scar. Yeah.
And you didn't specifically Pete-dict that the twins are Joe's brother and sister.
Yeah.
But you thought they were like somehow involved because they were from the Gemini coven.
Yeah. I didn't know what their familial relationship was.
Yeah. Did you ever think about how Gemini meant like twins?
No, because
You don't care about that?
no, if they were like Aquarius or like, I wouldn't be like, it's the water one, or like there's one that's a crab.
Mine.
I'd be like, that's cool. One's
Mine's
a scorpion.
the best. It's a crab.
Best with the worst name, I would say.
I mean, sure, I guess.
But no, I'd never thought. I thought of maybe I thought of Will Smith's Gemini Man, where he plays 2 roles. But I'm always thinking about that.
That's always top of mind.
Yeah, I wake up and I'm like, it was a higher frame rate. Didn't do well in the box office.
You do know too much about that.
I think of After Earth a lot too. Father and son in a Shyamalan.
That's good. Sure. That sounds like you just were picked up a bunch of words off the ground and put them together in a sentence.
The greatest gift a father can give to his son is being in a Shyamalan with them.
That would be pretty cool. Ready, go on.
Ash. Joe is stabbed in the stomach. She pulls the knife out. She's bleeding a lot, and some little kids are hiding. And Joe's trying to lie to them. Let's play hide and seek to hide from Kai. Kai's stomping around.
Yeah.
They're under the bed. He's looking for them. And then they do like a match cut where he flips over the bed. Mm-hmm. So we don't see how that scene ends. But then he's opening the trunk because he flew Bonnie to Oregon and kept her in the trunk. Okay, so in these 6,000 days that Kai's been in 1994, he's taught himself to fly. Mm-hmm. And just like going to Nova Scotia, we see no sign of a flight or a plane.
Nothing.
We're getting Bonnie's, like, bird's eye view of it, I guess.
Yeah, she just wakes up in the trunk of a car. So he must have had his car at the airport.
Or just whatever. He just finds keys or who knows.
He's like, this is my car, you know.
Yeah.
Flew her there, got in the car, drove to his childhood home.
Yep. His invisible.
With Bonnie in the trunk.
His invisible home.
But it's not invisible in 1994.
Right. So 1994, and then what? It's 15 years later or something?
I'm not doing that math right now.
Well, that would be 09, but it's a little bit past that. It's 11 or 12.
Those kids are turning 22. And how old are they when they're running around, like 5?
So 17, let's say 15, 17 years, something like that.
Well, Kai also says that he's like, I've been trapped in this world for how many?
6,771. Let's see.
I think he also says it in years later, but you can do that math.
18 years.
18. Okay.
18 and a half years.
So they were 4.
Okay.
The twins.
So, all right.
So yeah, in 18 years, he learns how to fly a plane and do all that stuff.
And he lets us know it's Thanksgiving.
Right.
Thanksgiving.
He keeps track, even though the day is the same for him. He keeps track like it's years going by.
All right. And then it's Thanksgiving, and Elena is practicing to tell cute brag Liam that she's a vampire. She's practicing with Caroline.
With Caroline. Mm-hmm.
She could just compel him to not worry about all that, but she doesn't want to. All right, it's Friendsgiving. Joe is there, but Alaric and the bros are not there.
Mm-hmm. Even though Alaric and Damon were invited, but Stefan was not.
Yes.
They talk about that a lot.
Elena finds out that Damon lied to her about Bonnie finding peace, and she's still trapped in 1994.
Yeah, I mean, I think this reveal honestly should have been bigger than it was. Like, they just kind of casually tell Elena, and Elena's like, what? But
I kind of felt like they told her off screen, and she was like re-saying it now.
well, no, they told her on the phone.
Oh.
So, yeah, I feel like that could have been a little bit more of like a production instead of just being like, no, we can't go because we're in Oregon. It's like, what? I feel like they should have, they always have like these big meetings of the minds. I feel like they should have had that. And then we found out about Bonnie's magic and...
Yeah, the teddy bear with the magic in it.
Well, actually, they didn't know there was magic in it at first. They just thought that Bonnie sent it as like a sign that she's alive.
Yeah, it's weird because maybe they could have had that moment, but then they have a moment where Elena and Caroline are super happy Bonnie is alive, so maybe they wanted to just get to that beat. Quicker.
And I think if they had a big meeting of the minds, actually, then Joe would have known from the beginning, and then she would have been like, I have this, send it right here.
Yeah. True
and then
that.
they would have missed the whole house scenario.
Because they're in Portland, Oregon, just like Bonnie and Kai, to get the Gemini Coven Ascendant. And Stefan, remember he was like, I did all this stuff 4 months ago. That's what he was, when he eventually settled in, where did he settle in? Georgia or something?
Yeah, I think so.
He was all around the country He probably said, I went up to Oregon.
Yeah, he did. He was searching for Damon for a long time. He followed all these leads. But then, yeah, when he got there, he saw no house.
No house.
He was
Damon,
so close.
another runner through this episode is the Caroline of it all. She told Stefan how she feels, and so now Damon's like, you should date her.
Yeah, he's teasing him.
And Alaric is even like trying to sell him on it too. Like, what? They're all just older guys. Alaric's not that much older, but the other two guys are super older.
Yeah.
And last season, one of those seasons, Caroline turned 18. I remember because it made it into the theme song.
But she's a vamp, so, 18 forever.
Yep. Just like the emo band. All right. The Gemini Coven is just an empty field. All right. It was also confusing. I mean, I get it, but they're like, here's the Gemini Coven, and it's just the house where Kai and his millions of brothers and sisters and parents lived. And then at some point, there are a bunch of shadowy figures that are the Coven. But it's weird to be like, here's the Coven. It's just a house where my family lives.
Right. Yeah, I agree. They're calling the house the Coven, but also it's just like the area where all those witches gather.
Yeah, in the woods over there. All right. In 1994, there is a big house there. Kai wants to show Bonnie the house. His family called him an abomination, which at a certain point in this journey, I was like, oh, because he was a weirdo that killed everybody. But actually, it was because he didn't have magic. He can only steal other people's magic.
Right.
So you're weird for that very specific thing.
Yeah, you got it.
A pug is snoring in the background, by the way. I heard her a couple times. Okay.
She's got so many toys in her bed.
The bros can't see the house in the present. They joke around with the teddy bear. Stefan kicks it and sees a ripple. And then the house appears.
Right. And this is when they realize that it has magic inside because thankfully Joe just told Alaric the other day that she hid her magic somewhere.
Yes.
And now
She hid her
Alaric is
magic,
immediately
yes.
like, oh, this must be where Bonnie's magic is. But it's like, what? How do you even know Bonnie put her magic anywhere?
Yeah.
But they come to that conclusion, and they're right.
Yep. And Joe put it in that knife, right? All right. Ty and Liv are at Friendsgiving. Joe asks if she's met Liv before because she looks familiar.
And Liv is like not having it. She's in a bad mood.
And I said there were 2 kids in the beginning. 2 blonde kids. All right. Elena and Liam are there. He brought the white wine of surrender, even though she doesn't like white wine, but Damon compelled him to get her wine at that party.
Yeah. But Joe was excited. She takes the wine.
Liam checked Lady Whitmore's medical records again, and everything was normal, and Joe tells Elena she swapped it out.
Yeah, which was very nice. But also, he was obsessed.
Yeah. Also, I like that they just call her Lady Whitmore. That was just the
Just
role
as
she
the
was
character,
playing.
yeah.
But if any time after that Lady Whitmore corn maze thing, they were like, yeah, Stephanie Stevenson or whatever,
We
we'd be
would
like,
never
who?
know, yeah.
So it's just like, yep, she's Lady Whitmore forever.
And everyone agrees to call her that.
Yeah, I like that. Damon rings the doorbell at the house, the Coven house, and they can't get in. They weren't invited in. Alaric can go in though because he's a normie. I said.
Yeah.
And cut to Kai in 1994. He has a pager. And Bonnie wants to. I wrote Booney. Bonnie wants to divide the world in half and go their separate ways, kind of like Zach's style. Dr. Seuss, the Zacks and the Tracks.
The north-going Zacks and the south-going Zacks.
Kind of opposite, actually, because
They wanted to run into each other.
Yeah. But, I don't know. That made me think of that. Bonnie will never like or trust Kai, and then after this one last dinner, they will peacefully go their separate ways. All right, Caroline is running the...
And you're trusting Kai, like, obviously you know how the episode ends, but are you like, oh, okay, he's just doing these things?
No, his motives are ulterior.
Always.
And he's just a big liar, and he's always like,
I know, but I still like his character. Like, his character reminds me of... Who is it in the OC that came in? Oscar? What was his name?
Oliver.
Oh my gosh, not Oscar. Like, he just, like, comes in and kind of stirs everything up.
Yeah.
And he's just, like, really bad and just do, like, crazy, weird things.
Yeah, Oliver was great.
It reminds me of Oliver, but, like, you love to hate him, and I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Here.
Oliver was a great character because he came in and he was so able to manipulate Marissa. But then, as a viewer, and also he made it clear to everyone else that he was up to no good. And so you're just like, no, Marissa, don't go in there.
Yeah, but this, I feel like with Kai, you're like, he's a handsome guy, he's intelligent, he's a fast talker, like he kind of wins you over a bit, and then you're like, no, he's still lying, no.
I know, and I've said...
And he killed his family, like, he's bad, but then sometimes he seems charming, so it's interesting.
Yeah. I think I've said this already on the podcast, but the OC character he reminds me of is a guy who goes big.
Oh, right.
Who's Seth's friend, and he's like, go pie, or whatever, and does a bunch of really lame jokes. I think Kai's closer to him than Oliver.
Yeah, but that guy has a small role. The guy who goes big.
Yeah.
Was it Zach?
I don't know.
I think his name was Zach. Did he date Summer? You're talking about that guy, the tall guy?
No.
Or just a smaller character?
Even smaller.
Oh, okay.
Not like the goofus, like...
Okay, good.
Who's like, oh.
Okay.
Not the big goofus, but the...
Just,
like, he literally, like, sack-tapped Seth and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
And I think he was really Adam Brody's roommate or something like that at one point.
That's
like
funny.
IRL.
But not the same as the guy who goes big on Undeclared, that guy.
Oh.
He does all those impressions.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's
the biggest guy there is.
Yeah, that guy is Christina Hendricks' husband from Mad Men, which that's crazy.
Yeah.
How it all rattles out, shakes out in the end. Ash, Luke shows up to Friendsgiving. It's Luke and Liv's birthdays. They're feeling 22, Ash.
I know, but they're so sad.
Yeah, Luke has birthday videos of Liv from when they're little kids. They had those on their phone. I guess they, like, digitized them.
I mean, it's possible. It's a lot of work, but it's possible.
Yeah, then, I mean, it's 94. Was that 94?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, they could have, like,
Or before the 94, when they were running around.
So they might have had a high 8 camera or a little something, some kind of camera to capture that. Put it on YouTube.
I mean, yeah, we have videos from our little young birthdays on camera in my house.
On your phone? You could pull it up on your phone?
No, but I'm saying you can take it to the library and digitize it.
Yeah. They definitely could. In those prevailing 18 years, they could have gotten it as a digital file for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're always trying to show us what they can do on their phones in this show.
Yeah.
But then Joe's like, that's my voice.
Yeah. I took that video 18 years ago at the birthday party for the twins, Lucas and Olivia. You're Josette, they're siblings.
Right. So it's interesting, like, no one really knew who each other was because they all had a nickname.
Yeah.
Except Luke, I guess.
And Josette, when she was 18 years previous was a different human.
Yeah, also that's true. That's true.
She was played by a different actor back then, so it would be hard for... Well, like, the twins were, too.
Right.
So it's hard. Hard to know.
Kai played himself, though.
Yep, the whole time.
Because he's, like, frozen in time, basically.
Yeah. How old is he? He's older than Josette?
No, they're twins.
Oh, right. So he's just, like, in his 30s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be funny if when he got... If he probably won't get zapped to the present, or maybe he will and get killed or something. But it would be funny if he aged and they had to get a new actor.
He was just old all of a sudden. Older,
Or
I guess.
actually not a new actor. They just made that guy look older. With like gray around his temples or something. Or they went too far and he was like, I'm Kai.
He went too far with it.
Yeah.
Joe's not that old. I mean, she's like Alaric's age, and Alaric's like 30-something.
Yeah, they're probably in their late 30s.
Yeah. Which is not old.
No.
It's very young.
They might be in their 40s. I don't know.
Also young.
Joe lived here. Kai and Joe are siblings. Damon's putting it all together. And then this older guy appears, and it's a very, what is it, prodigious dad?
I don't
He had
know.
like 7 kids.
Yeah, because he needed to have twins.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just going to keep making kids till I have twins. He's Joshua Parker. And he turns Damon invisible and squeezes his mind. And Alaric and Stefan can't see the house anymore.
Right. Also, you recognize this actor.
Yes. I wrote it later in my notes, but he is Skylar's boss on Breaking Bad. He made her do some felonious bookkeeping. He also made her do some other things. Walt wasn't happy about any of it.
I bet not.
But yeah, I recognize him. He had a little goatee in this one, though. Mm-hmm. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he did good. I mean, he's not being nice to Damon, but he's doing a good job.
Yeah. Caroline asks how these Sibs ended up in Mystic Falls. They're family friends with Sheila Bennett, Bonnie's Grams.
Which is interesting that never came up,
Yeah.
you know?
Helped my family put Kai away. Grams, so Grams, when she was getting sucked into the light, she was like, I know where I can send these fools.
Right.
I already have a place.
I know, it's interesting, like, to think about her thought process when she was doing that.
Yeah, are there just like hundreds of these days? Like, oh, June 17th in Alaska. Like, are there different pockets where they send these criminals? Or
Right. And
this is the one. And she's like, I guess I'll send her to the one I know.
send her to that one. Send her there.
With this murderer.
Because it's Mystic Falls. But yeah, also it's like she's with this murderer.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it is Mystic Falls, and maybe she knows he had the Ascendant. Who knows? I don't know. We'll have to ask Grams. When she comes back from the dead. She found peace. She's not worried about that, I guess. My coven put Ty in a prison
Kai.
world.
You said Ty.
Oh, I wrote Ty. Kai.
Whoopsies.
Liam is standing there like, what's going on?
He's like, prison world, coven, huh?
Prison world? What are you talking about? Alien 3?
I was thinking Arkham Asylum.
Oh, yeah. Caroline compels Liam to go to his room and get a wine opener. And this is when I was like, oh, they're at Whitmore. Who knows? I didn't know where they were. I was like, maybe a separate wing of the Bros Mansion or something. But no. Whenever you don't know where they're at, it's Whitmore.
But they can't
College.
be at the Bros Mansion because it's in Mystic Falls.
Oh, true.
We haven't seen the Bros Mansion in this whole season.
Wow.
Unless it was a flashback, but I think that was even last season.
I don't know. All right, these twins, or twins in general, are in line to be leaders in the Gemini Coven. Joe protected Liv and Luke with magic.
From Kai.
Kai doesn't have his own magic, can only draw it from others. He can't lead the coven because of that. And they kept having babies until more twins were born. Kai was mad about that. And so he wanted to kill the younger twins
So that he could
so
be
that he
the
could
leader.
merge. We'll learn about the merging soon.
Right.
Joshua Parker has Damon passed out on the couch. He needs info. And Damon was trapped with Kai, and Joshua Parker wants to know how he got out.
Kai's dad. Did you ever say Kai's dad, or
Nope,
you just say
Joshua Parker.
Okay.
And what's a better name, Joshua Parker or Connor Jordan?
Joshua Parker.
I don't know. All right. Is
Or,
Kai still
or
there?
Ashley Parker Angel.
Yes. All right. Kai is trapped with Bonnie. He tells Joshua Parker. All right. Damon wants the ascendant from Joshua Parker. And then Joshua Parker's like,
This is really annoying.
why would I give you the key to my son Kai Parker's prison? He found 4 of his children dead, 1 impaled, 2 running for their lives. That seems like something.
That's 8 children in all.
That seems like something he's probably said so many times in his life.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm banging the table.
Banging the table. There's a certain genre of person that's like, yep, November 16th, 1982 was the last day that I did this, you know? There are some people who have these dates locked in, like,
Right.
yeah, I met my first wife on September 7th, 19...
I mean, I would hope you would have remembered the day that your family was massacred.
I would hope to forget it. No, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
That doesn't leave you.
Liv is telling the friends at the Friendsgiving about the leadership falling on her and Luke. Caroline doesn't want to hear it.
Caroline really just wanted to have the party that she planned for Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
And is like, I don't really want to talk to you about this right now. I want to just have like a fun, happy time.
Right. I get that.
But then she's rude and Olivia gets mad.
After their 22nd birthday, the twins will merge and the weaker one dies. And I said, I guess she's stronger, and she said she's going to absorb her brother.
I mean, it makes sense because we don't really get to see him do magic barely at all, and she's always doing stuff.
She's pouring out some shots at this weird bar that's in their dorm, right?
It's not in their dorm, it's nearby.
Ty comes in. Caroline wants to apologize. I said Liv is bummed she has to merge with her brother.
I mean, we had a bar on campus also.
Yeah.
You know? Which is, that's weird, but we did.
And Ty is like, "What? You got to merge with your brother? I have a wolf gene." Like,
Yeah.
was he trying to one up her or something?
I know. He was trying to be like, we both have weird stuff. You can tell
Yeah.
me.
Look, we all got our stuff. You got to merge with your brother. I got a wolf gene. Like, come on.
I used to be a hybrid, and now I'm human.
Yeah, my buddy Tim, one of his eyes is a little droopy. Like, we all got our stuff. Like, just get over it. And she says, he says, don't merge if you don't want to. And Liv is trying to get rid of him.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. I'm not laughing at someone with a droopy eye. I'm laughing at your delivery of that. It's really funny.
Well, it was really Ty that said it, but I'm just reporting it here.
I don't know what you said in the last, 2 minutes.
Ty's like, don't merge with him if you don't want to. And, Liv is trying to get rid of Ty because she likes him, but doesn't get to have him. So she's doing the classic, be mean to the guy.
Right. Just give him the cold shoulder.
Yeah. She'll either die in the merge or miss her bro. He'll be like, man, I merged with my bro.
I'm alive, but he's dead, or vice versa.
Yeah. Joshua Parker.
Kai's dad.
Damon's like, what do you mean merge? They're kind of jumping back and forth, kind of filling in the blanks in conversation. Kai will get out and kill Joe. If Kai gets out, Damon will just kill him, but Joe will cease to exist if she merges with Kai.
Which makes sense because Kai can steal Joe's magic, so...
and then be stronger, and she won't even have any magic. Alara calls Joe. They're in Portland. And I met your dad. Awkward. And then Stefan is also calling Elena. Damon disappeared. There's a cloaking spell. There's the runner of Stefan being bummed he wasn't invited to Friendsgiving. He wouldn't be there, but he'd like to be invited.
Right.
You know, we all get that.
We get that.
Elena asks Stefan why he could trust her with his secret of being a vampire,
Like in season
way
1.
back when. He was in love with her, wanted her to know everything. And so she's like, should I tell Liam everything?
Yeah,
I think
she's
is what
like-
she's getting at.
She's looking at Liam being like, do I love him enough to tell him this?
I know, and I never really saw them as a thing.
They're not really.
So she's like,
She's trying to make Liam happen, basically.
ugh. Joe tells Alaric that her dad is going to retaliate. And I said, sure enough, he's doing fasmatos with her picture in a locket and some fire, and her locket is like melting.
Yeah.
Joe has the ascendant, but she's getting a spell on her. Wouldn't you hate when that happens?
Yeah. No good.
Her dad is trying to kill her.
To kill her to protect the coven, because...
That we have not seen yet.
No, he wanted to protect Joe originally, but then was like, if Kai gets out, it's not safe for Joe. So I'm going to kill Joe, because even though that still is obviously not safe for Joe, at least Kai can't merge and
Can't
be the leader.
He's like, I don't want my son to be my boss.
No, he wants his youngest twins to be his boss.
Oh, yeah. But merged.
Yeah,
He
merge.
wants one of them.
Yeah.
1.5 of them, kind of. Elena is like, stop Joe's dad. And Stefan hasn't been invited in, and like she's coughing up blood, and Joe invites her in. Joe's coughing up blood and like invites him in to her house.
Yeah.
And then tells them to go to the stump.
Right, because at this point the house is still invisible.
Yep. So Kai and Bonnie are having their dinner. And it's just stuff they have at the house. It's not a Friendsgiving.
Right.
He's stalling, and he's doing the thing where someone tells everyone everything for exposition purposes.
Right. The gotta always have the exposition.
So he says his dad sent him to the prison world. Must have been friends with Grams.
Graham's helped.
Locked him there after 22 years. Interesting. So he's 40.
We locked him there after 20... Wait, what?
Locked him there after 22 years.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
22 plus 18 is 40.
So Joe is 40.
We were right.
We were right. Had to do the maths.
Maths. The locket is melting. It will keep Kai from merging by taking out Joe. The coven, you've heard of
What?
coven before family. You've heard of money over.
B words.
You've heard of money over that, but this is coven over family.
Coven over family, yeah.
Make a rap song about that.
And Kai is at one point telling Bonnie he always put the coven over family, and then the dad says to Damon, coven first. Like, he admits it. It wasn't just like Kai's perception. It's like, no, he really truly does.
Alaric and Stefan find a knife in the stump. Stefan throws it at the house and finds the house. The house turns visible.
It's, well, because it has Joe's magic in it.
Yes.
Right. It's not just some random knife that turns
No,
out. Yeah.
you said that.
Okay.
Stefan runs in and stops Joshua Parker from staking
Damon.
I said Joshua Invisicuse away.
Yeah, that's a good spell. Invisicue.
Liam is giving Elena a hard time while Joe is dying.
Right. Liam's trying to, like, do medical attention. And I like when Joe's like, shut up, Liam, at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And then Elena's just like, she has to go full vamp to save her.
Yep.
And at one point, they, like, lifted up Joe's eyelids to look at, like, her pupils, and her eye was just, like, gone.
Yeah, it was all red.
Yeah, it was gross.
How'd you do that? Liam's wondering, and she's like, I'm a vampire.
He's like, you're a what?
She compels him, see you at work. We didn't even date. Mm-hmm. Which, I didn't have to be compelled of that. I already knew they didn't.
Well, they sort of did. But I like that, like, the compulsion works right away. And he's like, see you at work tomorrow. And just, like, walks away so happy-go-lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, like, shift in acting is fun and interesting to watch.
Yeah. Flashback to Joe putting the knife in the stump. Kai looking for her, and Liv and Luke. And Joe's like, I'll merge with you. Don't hurt anyone else. Mm-hmm. And Joe agreed to merge at the eclipse the next day.
But she had already put her magic in the knife and is faking.
So Kai and Joe are about to merge with the coven all around. We finally see the coven.
Mm-hmm. Not clearly, but you can see that there's other people there.
Yep. They start talking in Latin or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Phasmatos.
And it's not working.
Phasmatos incendia.
And Kai can't feel her magic because it's in the knife.
Right.
And then Dad, a.k.a. Joshua Parker, comes and sends Kai away with the Ascendant.
Mm-hmm.
They tricked Kai into using the power of the eclipse.
Right. So they needed that, like, event to be able to have enough magic to send him to the prison world.
Mm-hmm.
But he thought that he was finally going to get to be the leader of the coven. So he finally, like, really truly thought he was going to get what he wanted after killing everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, nope.
No. And Bonnie hiding her magic in the bear made Kai remember that Joe hid her magic. So now...
Not, like, remembered, but, like, realized that that's probably what happened.
So now he has a knife full of magic, and it floats, but then he sucked the magic out of the knife. Mm-hmm. And he has the Ascendant as well.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting how, like, Joe's magic is in both worlds. Don't you think?
Where is it in the present?
In the knife that Stefan threw at the house.
Oh. Yeah.
But then in the prison world, her magic's in that knife also.
Yeah, like if it's a magic thing. Well, there's two Ascendants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that just must not be a rule that they're doing.
Right.
I'm reading a time travel book right now.
You are?
Mm-hmm. 11/22/63.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm also writing one in some type of way.
Oh, that's kind of true.
I was writing the one before I was reading the one, and now I'm reading the one. I'm like, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's going on? But yeah, there's different rules about that stuff. Can you bring it with you? Like,
Right. Is it in both places? Yeah.
Like Buddy in the 11/22/63, he's bringing stuff back and forth.
Yeah. Different rules.
Yeah, like
I got them rules, I count them.
for example, this happens very early on in the book and possibly the show, but this, not the main character, but this other guy who's using this time portal, keeps going back to the same day in the past and getting the same meat from the butcher and then bringing it to the present, and that's how he's able to serve his food at his diner real cheap.
Oh, uh-huh.
But since everything starts over every time he goes back to the past, it's like the same meat every time.
Right.
So in the present, people, if they've gone to that restaurant a bunch of times, have eaten the same literal food over and over,
Right.
but at different times.
Well, as long as they liked it.
Yeah.
If you didn't like it that first time, well, then you're out of luck.
Yep. It's going to be very similar. But yeah, I guess there's 2 knives or 1 knife there, or because I don't think it seems like it's not the actual past, it's some
Right. It's just like a replication.
other past. Yeah. He doesn't need a Bennett witch anymore, just her blood.
Yeah. Bonnie's like, well, I'm not going to do the spell for you. And he's like, well, I heard you do it. I don't need you. I just need your blood. Stabs her in the belly.
Mm-hmm. And I said, duh, he was holding a knife and likes to stab people.
Right.
That's like his whole thing. Mm-hmm. Alaric and the bros are at the Friendsgiving, I guess.
Also, that knife gives, like, Scream vibes, by the way. It's kind of,
Yeah.
like, curvy and then has a curvy, pointy tip a little bit.
Yeah, the Scream one is so shiny, though. I think this
Yeah.
one is less shiny.
This is less shiny.
And Joe has the Ascendant. Alaric doesn't want his girlfriend to die, but he also doesn't want Kai to come back and merge.
Right.
What if you were dating one of the people who merged, you had to date whoever was
it
left?
was.
Yeah.
You're like,
So I
well,
could be like, guess Kai's my significant other now.
yeah, I don't think that would work very well.
Yeah. Ty would.
They're not, like, merging personalities. They're just merging magic.
Well, one of them disappears, though, right?
They said they cease to exist.
Yeah. So Ty might have to date Luke, which Luke might be into that.
Luke might be into that.
Yeah, Damon compels Alaric. Oh, so wait. Yeah, they're not back at the bros. I mean,
they're
they're
just
not back
standing
at
there.
Friendsgiving. They're wherever. They're in Oregon, and Damon compels Alaric to get the Ascendant from Joe at any cost. And speaking of people who are compelled and start doing stuff immediately, he's like, burp.
And he's like, okay. And Stefan's like rolling his eyes, like, really? You just compelled your best friend? Mm-hmm. Like, Alaric's gonna be mad.
Right. People are already in trouble for compelling people.
Right.
Elena is mad because she got compelled. Mm-hmm. All right, Liv is on the couch at Ty's mansion. Mm-hmm. And he brought her there. She was drunk, I guess. Not letting you sacrifice yourself for your coven. Magic doesn't work in Mystic Falls anyway, so he can just stroll around in Mystic Falls because he's not currently magic.
Right.
So
And she can do magic, but she didn't die she's not a dead person.
And if she tried to do it, it probably wouldn't work. I
She
guess.
can't do the magic there, but, like, she can be in Mystic Falls without it killing her, like it is with all the vamps.
Yeah. Ty is not going to let her die. Mm-hmm. My name is Ty. You're not going to die.
I'm not going to let you die.
I'm all out of bubble gum.
What?
Nothing. I came here to not let you die. Okay. Caroline sees Stefan. He's there late for Thanksgiving, and she has leftovers for him. Mm-hmm. A doggy bag, even though it's a box.
It's a box. It's in her purse sideways, and she hands it to him, and it does not seem heavy enough to have Thanksgiving leftovers in it. I'm like, was it full of salad?
Yeah, maybe it was just full of salad. I like the thing where the people obviously don't have anything in their cups.
Uh-huh.
Like, keep doing that.
You like that?
Yeah.
They do that all the time, where it's like they're just drinking that empty Starbucks cup over and over.
Yeah, and they're just like whipping it around.
Yeah.
I like that.
Why do you like it?
I don't know. They should do more of it. Like, people are so annoyed by it. Like, oh, you can tell there's nothing in a cup. It's like, yeah, it's a TV show.
Yeah, they're acting.
Their name isn't actually Ethan Hunt.
I would be
whatever.
like, I would want water in this cup.
Yeah, just put water in it.
Because then I can have a sip in the middle of my scene when I'm thirsty.
Yeah, you might not be able to sip stuff because of all your makeup or something, maybe.
I don't know.
Or you'd leave a big makeup spot or something.
But that's like a normal thing that would happen. If you had makeup on and you drank your cup, you would get makeup on your cup.
Yeah. I don't know. Are we supposed to know they have makeup on? You know?
I don't know.
Is the character supposed to be wearing makeup? I don't know.
I guess it depends.
Like,
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Stefan and Damon aren't supposed to be.
Right. You
But-
don't want their lipstick coming off on their cups.
But Ian and Paul are wearing some type of makeup.
Yeah, they are.
So I don't know.
Well, they should fill it with water.
Yeah, to the brim, so it's like, oh. Also, alcoholic beverages should be real alcohol, and you should just get drunk. As an actor, you're
And
just
the
drunk.
cigarettes should be real and
Yep, definitely that.
all of that.
Yep. And poison.
Real poison.
Yeah.
Real stabbings.
Not real stabbings and not real poison, but the rest of it.
Okay.
Real weed.
Anyway, it looks like Caroline ruined her purse by having the food in sideways and then gave Stefan a box of air or salad.
Yeah. It was like dripping Italian dressing. And he kind of flings his fingers like, thanks.
Thanks. Gross.
Thanks, I don't even have a fridge to put it in because I can't go to Mystic Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he been staying anyway? Oh, Georgia?
Yeah, he's just all around.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in freaking, where'd they go? Oregon. I'm like, my
Right.
brain's going, Colorado, 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 Colorado. And I'm like, no.
They're thankful Bonnie is alive. Stefan pushed Caroline away. He pushed everyone away. She was the one person who would be there for him, but he didn't want to cry anymore, Ash.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to just put it away and move on, so he had to shut off Caroline.
I think...
Put away his feelings.
Who says thank you for saying that? I guess Caroline's like, thank you for saying that
She does.
to Stefan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, Mama for spilling.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Mama, for spilling.
Thanks for the tea, Mama for spilling, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Plain Jane.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It'd be funny if Caroline said that. All right. She leaves, enjoy the leftovers. Damon opens it up and air comes out. Damon is sipping at the college bar. Elena walks in. And you should have brought me with you to Oregon, and you should have told me Bonnie is alive.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Bonnie
I
spent the last
agree with,
4 months together?
Elena, by the way.
Yeah. And what'd you do? Cooked, ate, Tetris, talked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Elena's happy the two of them had each other. And she's like, wow, Bonnie sacrificed herself so Damon could come back.
That's what Damon says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like saying it out loud, like, wow, she did that for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about Elena the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Elena broke up with Liam. And she's at a crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
Go live my life the way she thinks she should, safe and happy, or risk it all for a glimmer of a feeling for Damon.
Mm-hmm.
What's she gonna do?
Well, we know what he wants her to do, but he's always like, but I'm not good enough, blah, blah, but also do it.
They hold hands and they want to bring Bonnie back so she can ask her for advice.
Right. And she asks him a favor, like, would you please help me bring her back? It's like, girl, that's what he's been doing.
Right. Bonnie is on the ground, stabbed up.
Mm-hmm.
The pager is going off,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess it's some numbers, I don't know, but it's I lied, whatever it is,
Yeah.
upside down. And then no car, she's at the house alone. Who lied? Kai lied about something?
Mm-hmm.
What did he lie about? Not stabbing her?
I mean, a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that.
You gotta really watch the next step, because it leaves really like a cliffhanger, where she's
Yeah.
just stranded there, alone, and injured.
Or would it be upside down? What's a D? What's a D in numbers? Was it numbers or was it just letters?
It was numbers. It first showed numbers, then it flipped upside down. A D was, I think, maybe just a 0.
Because 3171, maybe 0. Okay. Anyway, that's how we're left. So some people are gonna try and get Bonnie, but Bonnie's stranded.
How many fangs?
2. No.
I'm like, you're gonna do more than 2?
I do like the introduction of Joshua Parker. He's revitalizing the season somewhat. I'm like, he was Skylar's boss.
Okay.
And
Really not the most
I didn't.
part.
If I knew that he had all those kids to support when he was making Skylar do all those
Cheats.
frauds, I would have had more compassion for him.
Okay.
But because I didn't know that, I had no compassion.
How many fangs, Pete?
1.69.
I'm gonna do 1.8 for the 8 children that Joshua Parker had.
Okay, that kind of goes with what my number 2, because never mind.
Okay.
Pete-dictions. Okay, what did Kai lie about? Oh, maybe he does still need her magic or something, or
I mean, he did also tell her that they were going to part ways peacefully and live in different parts of the world.
oh, I'm surprised he didn't kill her. But did we figure out if they died, they would come back the next day, or no, they'd just be dead?
He has said, like, I've tried to kill myself a bunch of times.
What if she woke up the next day? I don't know. They are going to figure out a way to get Bonnie. I want my Bonnie back. Bonnie back.
And do you think Elena and Damon are going to date? Is she going to follow this glimmer?
Yes.
Glimmer of a feeling?
Yeah, she's going to get hit on the head with a frying pan and remember it all.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll be as corny as a bump on the head, but some type of way she's going to
Think she'll remember. And
some
what
things.
about Stefan and Caroline?
I think they will also date.
Okay.
I think they'll double date at some point.
Double date? And what about these twins, these young twins? Are they merging or what?
I would love nothing more than for them to merge. That'd be so funny. But they're not going to.
Okay.
There's no way they're going to merge. And then for the rest of the show, whenever they show up, it's like, yup, I merged. I'm the one who's still here.
One.
That's not going to happen.
Okay.
There might be a scenario where they start to merge, and like their hands start touching, and then one of them starts getting dim or something. But they're not going to actually merge all the way.
Okay.
If they did, that'd be great. That'd be a 2-fanger. If they,
If they merge.
I would merge 1 fang to 2 fangs backwards.
Got it. All right. Those are some good Pete-dictions.
Ash. My usual plugs are the plugs, but really look up those wildfires in Los Angeles.
That's what I was gonna say.
There are some, there are probably a million ways to help.
Yeah.
We're gonna donate to some GoFundMe's of some people we actually know, but I've seen lists of like families who are trying to get their GoFundMe's up, or you can go to like Red Cross or one of those more established things. Also, I was thinking about, look, I got this link up already, but I bet there's some pugs there that need help because of the fires. We got pugnationla.org.
Yeah.
We got our little puggy. We rescued her. You know, who rescued who, I like to say.
Yes, that's
But
kind of true.
and then I say, no, we did for her, because but anyway, you can help those puggies over there. But there's plenty of families who lost a ton that could use some help.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just look online. There's so many ways to donate personally or more like globally.
Yep.
A lot of families don't really have places to go or store their things, and they are a little bit overwhelmed with like physical resources. So monetary resources are really helping right now.
Yep. And if you aren't the type of person who donates money and you like to get something in return, if you buy All Roads Lead to Dockweiler book, I'm giving my cut of that to LA Stuff for a while.
Yeah. And you get a great book, and that'll be a little bonus.
Yeah, the book's about LA. It's about beaches in LA. Some of the stuff is probably burnt down that is even talked about in the book. So I don't know. Lots of ways to help.
Yeah, please help. Do your part. The fires are still going. There's new ones all the time. So let's help out as much as we can. Thanks. Bye.